Live and in living color. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, well, no, no, that's not it. All right, go like this. Welcome to the live. Welcome, 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 everybody. For those that are joining in. Alrighty. Let's do something here. Sorry for you if you're following the background. A lot of stuff going on. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Can you hear and see me? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Diego. Hello, Julie. I believe that's how you say your name. Hello, Julie. Hello, Diego. How's it going? Welcome to the live. I'm not saying you can't see me. I'm not being John Cena, but hi, everybody. How's it going? All right, we got Steve joining in. Hey there, everybody. How's it going? How's it going? Hey,
Great.
there you go. Everybody, welcome Steve Troop, professional puppet builder, cartoonist, jack of all trades.
Except cell phone setup here. 1 second.
Hey, you got it, man. You got it. I challenging you.
1 second. I almost got it.
All good. So everybody, hope everybody's day is going well. Happy Friday. Let us know if you're doing anything fun today, anything cool, or you just chilling, kicking it. That works too. So if you guys did not see the post on my community post, or if you're from Steve's account, welcome to the live. So this live was pretty much the brainchild of the video that I did on my YouTube channel, or here on the YouTube channel, where I was challenged to draw Muppet characters from memory. So Steve and I are going to try to do that today with the suggestion of you guys in the comment section there. Everybody says hi, Steve. Everybody's
Hi.
waving. And people are like, who's ready? Yeah, everybody's ready. Exciting.
Almost me. Oops. Almost.
You're
Sorry,
good. You're good, Steve.
I just
No, you're good.
I just killed the feed. Wait a second.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. I just hit the wrong button. Here a second.
No worries. So while Steve is getting set up, everybody, so yeah, pretty much we're just gonna try to draw Muppets and Sesame Street characters from memory without having, there's no pictures or anything in front of us, so we're just, doing this, off of memory. So if you guys can, please put in the comments any suggestions. Do you want us to draw Kermit the Frog, Bert and Ernie, Fozzie Bear, Miss Piggy? There's like a bunch of different ones that we can draw for you guys, or I will attempt to draw. Steve is the professional, so he'll make it look like the character. I will draw a stick figure version of the character.
Did you put a link up on my site too, since you changed the link, or is it gonna go?
You know what? I just put the link to the channel. I didn't put the link to the live.
Okay. Great. Okay, fantastic.
That way everybody could jump in, because I know that's a thing too, because like you'll start a live and then the link will be off and all that type of stuff. So
yeah,
it's crazy. See, look at him. Look at him. Already drawing something. Okay, I guess Bert's our first one. Let's do it. Let's do it. He's ahead of me. He's ahead of me here. Let me see. Oh my goodness.
This used to be my superpower, is drawing things from memory. So
see, he's got it. Nope. Hang on. Let him go. Mine here.
There we go.
Uh-oh. He's done. I'm still trying to catch up. Let me see. You see here. He's got a nose. And then you got the unibrow here. Whoop. Yep, I'm drawing a really knockoff version.
Yeah. Yours is from the little kiosk at the
right.
swap meet.
At the swap meet, yeah. Oh, there's the interesting Bert. Look at Steve go. Everybody give some hearts and thumbs up and whatever else emojis you have, because Steve's killing it. He's killing it. He knocked out of the park. We already know who won. We already know who won this one. It's no definitely no contest. Go like this. Let's see.
I'll tell
And
you who's
then
great is Chris Smigilana. I don't know how to say his last name. Smig online. You
Mhm.
see, he does a lot of Muppet art.
Yep. Again, yep. That's it. That's as far as I get. Yep, there I get. As far as I get. There's my So we already know who won that one. That's you, Steve. That goes to you.
There's the duo. There you
Yep.
go.
Someone told me Bert looks creepy, and they said my Ernie looks creepy. So there you go.
See, when I was a kid, my mom used to say I was Bert and my brother was Ernie. So
Hey, that's a good thing though, right? Well,
yeah.
I guess Bert. Well, yeah, good and bad, good and bad. All right, guys. So Steve definitely won that one. Steve's one of the comments here. I apologize if I mispronounce anybody's name. Just please correct me in the comments. But I believe it's Shalice Shaw says she would like to see either Fozzie, Kermit the Frog, Scooter, Ralph, Miss Piggy, Bobo Bear, Grover, Big Bird, Telly, Elmo, Zoe, etc.
Okay, let me see what I can do. Okay.
All right, he's starting with Kermit. So I'm gonna follow his lead.
Okay.
The sad part about it is I took an animation class in high school, and I don't think it did me any favors. I just sad.
Well, I'm running out. Usually, I do a little bit of a pencil outline first. So
Right? Yeah. With whiteboard, I'm definitely is as a challenge because you have a lot of lines or a lot of extra lines. I know that could be like a pain. Let's see if I can do this here. Okay, some sort of one, I guess. And then
so
I'll do that. I got a better idea.
my drawings are kind of Gilchrist inspired.
They're awesome. I like them, man. I like
Michael
it.
Chris too.
The little doodles are always the best. So there's my one little Kermit there, and he's already drawn half of the Muppet Gang. So he's again winner.
Well, of course, I've done this. I've done a lot of drawing. I was a cartoonist for a while and all that.
See, he's the pro, guys. You gotta learn from him. The
Who was the
comments
other? I
say
was
the comments say let's see, you already have it. Diego says, "Wow, Steve draws so good." And then go Steve, go Steve. Steve is cooking. Justin, your Kermit looks like he's dead. He might be. He might be. He might get ran over by a truck. Yeah. He's flat. But look again, guys. A lot of just thumbs up, hearts in the chat for Steve. Man, he let him go. Amazing. A true artiste at work. My dead Kermit. All right. Oh, yep. There goes a marker.
all right. Well, there's a good chunk of what you asked for.
See? Look at that. Not only did he give you several different Muppet characters, look at that variety. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. We got Fozzie, Gonzo, Kermit, Miss Piggy, and Ralph the dog.
Gonzo. I mean, Fozzie looks a little weird, but
Hey, better than my unalived Kermit. And look, he's still going. He's
I'm
still
just trying
going.
to get a better Fozzie. I don't know if that's any better.
Like I said, yeah. Compared to my stuff, man, that rocks. That rocks. I know who it is. I know who it is.
Yeah, they're at least recognized. Yours are recognizable too. You're doing a good job. It's
For
like again.
for a kindergarten, if I could talk, for a preschool kids drawing, it's not too bad. I have to clown myself because if I don't, someone in the comments will. So I have to
Well,
Someone
Okay.
says the artist figure says, "I wish I could draw like you, Steve."
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Again, I used to go to my parents' they have the little parties, and they'd cart me out with a crayon and paper, and I draw anything the parents would ask me for. Um,
See, see.
yeah.
Steve, do you have any tips or tricks for the people out there that want to, one day grow up and draw as incredible as you do?
So this was a big one for me when I was a kid, in that I used to like always just draw the character. I wouldn't do any construction. Now I always pretty much start with a circle. Um, just a real rough shape, so I kind of get everything in the right place. But like when
Right,
I was a kid, let me think of how I used to. So I used to draw like very just matter of fact. You know, I don't know if people even know who this character is
yep.
anymore.
Fred, Fred, and then hopefully someone in the comments can finish the last name. I know it's Fred.
So I mean that's kind of, I would used to do this construction like that, kind of just do it. But I would
Right,
find that as I grew older, if I started with construction, where I would kind of figure out the shapes that I was using, that I could get the proportions better. So I could kind
right.
of draw I'm going to do a terrible job here.
No, you're excelling, man. Like, I noticed too. Anybody in the chat would probably agree, but I noticed a lot of animators, such as yourself and cartoonists, they start with the face first, and then they kind of work their way, in from the face
Yeah,
and then
and
outward.
when I was in art class, they would. That's not such a great, but you can kind of see how the proportions when you. I don't know if you can see them both at the same time, but the proportions of the head's a little bit better on this one because I kind of figured out the shape first before I did it. So that was. They may look pretty much the same, but whatever.
I like it. I
um,
like it. No, and it reminds me of the first one you did. Looks, of course, like the original Fred Flintstone, and then the second kind of gives me not baby Flint,
he
but
looks
when they
younger.
when
He
they were
looks he
kids.
looks like a Flintstone kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you know, when I was in art class, I only took a couple of art classes in college, and when I was in art class, I used to get criticized for making the heads too big. And
Mm,
their solution was to start with the body and work my way up to the head because I would make it smaller. And so cartooning is very head. Usually the head's usually pretty big. And I'm sorry, my camera's all wonky. Um, Probably gonna be even worse. Um, well, I'm not gonna touch it. I, I I say that, and I do. And there we go.
all good.
Um, uh, because I had started with the cartooning, I pretty much draw things with the head too big, and so the idea of starting at the bottom and working way up, you can kind of compensate for the head being the right size. Anyway,
Right.
yeah,
Right. No, no, no. That's good to know. So if anybody out there is starting in drawing or anything like that, definitely that's great advice. Start with, basic shapes and stuff like that and work your way,
yeah. And that
there.
informs the way I build puppets too, because I really start with basic shapes when I'm building the puppets,
See?
it took me a long time to realize that that's what I was doing. When I start prototyping, it's always with a sphere or the very basic shape of what I would draw. So
Right, right. So you pretty much, like you say, it all goes hand in hand. It all goes
yeah,
hand in hand.
yeah,
There you go. And then Diego's asking why were you drawing Fred Flintstone? So Diego, Steve was just showing an example of because of how like I kind of had mentioned earlier, a lot of cartoonists they'll start with you know inward and then out. So he was just giving an example. We know that has nothing to do with the Muppets, but it's just an example. But and yeah, then now people want you to draw Ninja Turtles and all this other stuff. We're getting off
yeah.
track, but okay, everybody. So let us know what should the next character be. While Steve is drawing something awesome, I think I know what he's drawing. But yeah, let us know. Comment what should the next uh, set of Muppet characters be, or what would you like to see us draw next, as far as Muppet related or Sesame Street.
Here's your Ninja Turtle. There you go.
There you go.
I don't know if I can do the whole body, but yeah.
I like it, man. I like it. Hey,
Let me
like I
just run.
said, 1,000 times. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Oh yeah. 100% better than what I would draw.
Uh,
Mine would look like a armadillo. You wouldn't know you wouldn't know what it is.
I just remember they have three big fingers, and yeah. So there we go. There's a difference.
See? There
Ish.
you go. There you go. And also, Steve, you do commissions as well, right? For like if people want like fan art or anything like that, or or any.
I'll do it. I don't get a lot of requests for it, but yeah, I can do fan art for people if they're
And
interested.
and if no one has, if you haven't done it yet, please go follow Steve. He has a YouTube channel, Puppet Troop One.
Right?
Go follow him there on YouTube and also on Instagram. And Steve, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's just at Puppet Troop,
It's just
right
Puppet
on there.
Troop. Yeah, I made a mistake and changed channels, and that's how I end up with the one on Puppet Troop One.
Oh, no
But
worries, no
yeah,
worries. Someone okay. Well, now everybody's just requesting a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so if we can, guys, well, Steve could probably draw a whole there's a whole a whole cartoon scenery for us, but again I want to be respectful of his time, so we can just stick to the Muppets or like I said, Sesame Street related stuff,
yeah,
so I can go back to the challenge. But if you would like to see him do something like this on his channel, please 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 go subscribe to Steve, and if you ask nicely, I'm pretty sure he will be more than happy to
maybe I'll
maybe
start doing
maybe
something like this too, and I'll invite Justin on.
see, and then he'll teach me how to actually draw good.
Yeah.
Stop drawing stick figures and stuff like that. So, someone
If you want to
says,
see some of my cartooning on Instagram, sit Tilly sit. I have a bunch of comics about my dog on there. If you're interested in seeing those.
there you go. So sit Tilly, is it
It's
Tillsyt?
SITTILLYSIT.
There
So
you go. So please go check that out as well. And Dylan Royer says hello. Hey Dylan, how's it going? Let me see. There's some other. I saw some other suggestions earlier. Go
yeah, I can
back.
see some of the chat, but I can't scroll because my phone's out of the.
Gotcha. My bad. Yeah, it's on me. Let's see. Even we, I saw Fozzie, but we already did Fozzie. Well, yeah. Oh, someone says, is that no? I guess what we did earlier. Someone says, I love the Muppets. Excellent Mario Bros. Hey guys, welcome in. For those of you that are just joining, welcome. I'm Justin from Justin Talks Puppets. The guest that we have, very special guest we have on today is Steve Troop. He is a professional puppet builder, cartoonist, jack of all trades, prop maker. He's worked within the entertainment industry, has worked on several different awesome uh, productions and things like that. I actually did an interview with Steve on my channel. We discuss part of his career and all the puppet stuff he's worked on, and most importantly, I know a lot of you guys had asked, where the chowder puppets are. So he revealed those secrets as well. That video is on here on my channel. It's I believe where the chowder puppets. But we discussed with Steve about, like I said, everything he's worked on from cartoons to his own comics, everything. So right now, if you saw or if you haven't seen, we're kind of challenging each other to see who can draw the best Sesame Street and Muppet characters. So if you guys have any suggestions, please shout it out, throw it out there, and I will try my best to draw it. But Steve, it will definitely knock it out of the park with flying colors. But and Steve, if you have any suggestions, while we wait for some other suggestions, feel free to.
How about Big Bird?
Oh, there we go. Okay,
All
Big
right.
Bird it is. Maybe if
Kind of a sick looking Big Bird here. Made his beak a little too long. Here, let's just pretend it's there.
like I said, man, you are
I'm going to start
kicking.
over from scratch here because I need my construction line.
No worries. I have no clue what I'm drawing. I think I'm copying your Fred Flintstone from earlier. Hang on. Yeah, I might do something. I might start over. Hang on. Let me just use this marker. So used to. Yes, yes. But
There you go.
look at you go. Look at him go, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. This is interesting. Okay. And I
You
know
got the
he's got,
details though. I mean, the thing is, you're getting the details right.
yeah, it
It's
looks
just
like
the
It looks
proportions
like
are
Lisa's.
off.
Yeah, I think yep. That's Lisa from The Simpsons. I don't know who that is. That's not it's not Big Bird. Hang on. Gotta do this better.
See if I can do that.
Yes.
It's not. Just
There
recognize
you
it.
go. There you go.
I don't know. There we go. That's pretty awful, Lisa.
This, yeah, you know what? Steve wins. Big Bird is I can't do it.
I only know this because I've been building him, but I do a
Oh
better job.
yeah. So by the way, everybody, Steve has currently been working on, and it is turned out incredible. He worked on Zoidberg. If anybody's familiar with the character Doctor Zoidberg from Futurama, if anybody's
Yeah.
familiar with that show, he built a super cool, completely accurate Zoidberg puppet character. So please go check that out on his channel. Also, if you Steve, I know well it's a public page. So if you follow Steve at Steve Troop on Facebook, he does a whole step-by-step tutorial like showing you his
Yeah,
live
and those are
builds.
all archived on YouTube as well. So there's that
Oh,
channel.
see?
So kind of
There you go. So
yeah.
please, guys, please again, while you're watching, or maybe when you have time, cut away for a bit. Go subscribe to again Puppet Troop One, and man, he has so much amazing content and stuff on there. As long as, as well as, I believe Steve, you have another channel, right? The other channel is that just Puppet Troop as well?
Well, so it's Melon Pool, and that I rebranded to Puppet Troop at one point, and it's just got some of my puppet stuff, but also has 12 years of my old Melon Pool stuff. And so I was like, oh, I'll make a new channel for Puppet Troop, and then realized I couldn't get Puppet Troop once I disabled it. So that's how I ended up with Puppet Troop One. Um,
Gotcha.
so I think if you just do Puppet Troop, you'll find it. Uh, it's a picture of my dog basically with a hand, yeah, kind of a hand puppet type thing. So you'll
There
see
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. See? So right, again, please go check out Steve's channel. It is awesome. You will not be disappointed. I know a lot of you guys, you ask me all the time about puppet building and creating, and there's a bunch of tutorials and stuff out there that you can find, but I definitely highly recommend. I always send people your way, Steve, because I say
Thank you.
he makes amazing and awesome work, and you got to check it out. So and then and then if any like personal questions, of course don't bug him, but be respectful, please, and then he'll, I'm pretty sure, be more than happy to answer any
Yeah,
questions you may have.
and I from time to time teach classes and all that. So on either of those, I'll be sure and talk about it when I'm doing that. So yeah.
Also, Steve, someone asked me, and I had written it down when you told me, but someone had asked me the other day. Speaking of you, they said because they're like, hey, as far as puppet building and creating, what are like foam? It's the foam. What like good quality foam that you suggest? So I remember you told me the website. It's written down somewhere, but do you mind sharing that with the audience again? What
Oh
like
yeah.
foam?
So well, there. I mean, as far as building or how to get foam and all that, or
Far as maybe building, maybe for a beginner, what would you suggest?
I definitely would go over to Puppet Nerd if you haven't done that one. Adam's stuff was we sadly lost a couple of months ago. Um,
Right.
he has probably 5-6 years worth of tutorials up there. I think well over 300 videos about how to build puppets from scratch. And I'm trying to help fill that void a little bit by that's why I started live streaming my stuff. But eventually, I'm going to start putting some tips on how to do it. Um, uh, I came in through the design end of stuff through the cartooning, so I have a little bit different way of doing it than Adam did. And I have a little bit different way of doing it than like BJ Geyer does or all that. So, but it's the more techniques you can learn to do it, the better you'll be able to solve the problems that each puppet has. Do it, and it's good to get exposed to different ways of working. So
True. Very true. Very,
I think
very
those
true.
are
Yeah.
probably
No.
your best bet. Foam online. I used to get foam at Joann's. Joann's is sadly not around anymore, so
Same.
that's
Yeah. Same.
be
I know
difficult.
Michael's, like in the back of the store of Michael's, depending on if you can
Yeah.
find a Michael's, they
If you look
kind
up
of
in your area foam suppliers, sometimes you can get it a lot cheaper through the foam supplies places, and they'll sell it by the sheet. Um, the same foam that you could get at Michael's for you bought it there recently. Do you remember how much it was when it was like $25 for a sheet or something like
around
that?
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
around there. Around there. Yep.
yeah. So
Yep.
the
Yep.
same sheet at this foam supply you can usually get for $12, and also same exact stuff. Um, but also sometimes if you ask real nice, they have cutoffs that you can get, and you can get those either for free or real cheap. So that's a good way to do it. You just look up foam supply in your area and give them a call or email them and see if you can get some half-inch foam.
There you go. There you go. You heard it from the man himself. So
Yeah.
everybody definitely do that. You could Google that. And then, again, if you have any more questions, and again, Steve, you don't mind, I don't mean to make you like
Yeah,
my
yeah, no, I'm happy
the,
to answer questions. Yeah.
but there you go. Someone says, I don't know if this question is for me or you, but it's kind of like a two-parter. I guess we'll be taking a break from the challenge for a little bit. But someone says, Diego, the King Boy fan, says, oh, wait, I guess it's to me, but it could be for Steve as well. Excuse me, but what's your favorite show from the Muppets? For me, it's the Muppet Show. So I guess it would be a Muppet production. He's asking, what is our
Hmm.
favorite Muppet production?
Yeah, probably the Muppet Show. I mean, I'm trying to think what else might be up in there. I mean, Fraggle Rock, maybe. I like
Yeah,
Fraggle
that's
Rock
a,
quite a
that's
bit,
that's another good one. Yeah, yeah,
but I like the
classic.
original more than the more current one.
Yeah, same. Say, I agree with you. I agree. Same, same,
Yeah,
same. Yes, yes, yeah. Nothing against John Tataglia and all them. Hey, I know that's a challenge,
yeah.
to try to carry that mantle. But yeah, I agree with Steve. My same Muppet Show is, of course, you can't beat it. I feel like that's for me is where it all started. As far as like a Muppet production, I guess a movie I grew up watching like back to back to back to back was Muppets from Space. So the Muppet Show and
Oh
Muppets from
yeah.
Space is a weird. There you go. Look at
I
that.
had that's a terrible Wembley, but
I know it's him. It's better than wait again.
kind of a boober.
There you go.
I'll
There
just
you
tell you
go.
who it is since it's hard to tell.
That hat is. I would have a
Sharp.
challenge on hats, man. That like paperboy hat that he wears, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna finish this
I
drawing.
like it. I like it. Man, you did good. I like it. I like it. I like it.
They're recognizable. That's about it.
See. So again, as you see, guys. Steve has magic in his markers and pens. He's just got the magic touch for drawing.
Well, I used to study Michael Frith's drawings who did a Muppet Illustrator for a long time. I think he's still around. And then Carol Spinney was a great Muppet artist as well. And I used to follow both of their artwork quite a bit. And then when I was a kid, they had a Muppets newspaper comic. It was done by Guy Gilchrist, and I followed that as well. So, like, I learned to draw. My Piggy is very similar to the way Gilchrist draws Piggy, and my Big Bird's very similar to the way that Michael Frith drew Big Bird. It's like that's just kind of the you learn from who you emulate, or you
Right,
study.
exactly. Which is not a bad thing. And I'm pretty sure the more you do it, with practice,
Yeah.
you just get good at it. Over
I mean,
over
I
over
got
time.
obsessed with Calvin and Hobbes when I was a kid, and that really informed the way
All
that
right,
I
it's classic, 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 classic. Can't beat Calvin and Hobbes.
yeah, I'm kind of messing up there, but
You can't beat it. Can't beat it. I look. See, once again, magic in that pen.
yeah, there we go. That's kind of. But I was very obsessed with getting that. Calvin's not an easy character to draw. He's got such a weird head shape. I got his
Right.
hair. Yeah, yeah,
He's almost like a Charlie Brown or like a Peanuts character a little bit the way
yeah,
he's
yeah. And
drawn.
he's like, let's see if I can do that. Um, so like, I was gonna do Schroeder, but I don't remember Schroeder as well. I'm turning that into Linus.
That rocks, man. That's
Yeah. So I was very much, and Snoopy was very big. Yeah, when I was a kid, um, that was one of the first things I learned how to draw. You know, trying to think what else I used to draw when I was a kid. Oh, he has more of a neck. Garfield is another one.
right, right, right. All the comic strip
Yeah, I mean that
newspaper
was.
yeah, yeah.
But you see, like this is what I used to do as a kid was just like sit down in front of my parents' friends and pull out the crayon.
Did you ever I know it's probably a random question, but did you ever want to like work like in the they have certain theme parks and stuff like that they have where you can be like you can sketch
Like
people
a
like do like character
caricaturist.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
never did caricatures, but I have done caricature things where I would go to parks and stuff, and usually I would say, "Well, I'll draw a cartoon character for you." And I got to the point where they would ask me cartoons I didn't know anymore because
Right.
I was too old.
You're
So
throwing me off. Yeah, yeah.
I always get that one. It's like, "Oh, can you draw Ariel?" I'm like, "No, not really."
You're like, yeah, it's a little, you're going
I
way
gotta
out
go
there.
to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sebastian.
You're like, yeah, you're like, let's stick to a certain, path
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
and I can do that. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. No, even to be able to do that. Like I said, my hat goes off to you. Um, this is like another. It's a good question. Steve Diego, the fanboy, the King fan, the King boy fan, if I can
yeah.
say his name correctly. He says, "Why do you like puppets so much?" So I guess that'll be a question for both of us. I'll let you go first. Why do you think you have an
Well,
interest in puppets like you do?
I'll tell you when I was a kid, I drew a lot, and then I stopped drawing, and then in probably about 86, 87. Well, it was really right when it was about 88. Roger Rabbit came out, okay, and so did and Calvin and Hobbes was in the paper, and that reignited cartooning for me. But I always wanted to get that cartoon into the real world, and the way I did it was through puppets. And so,
Gotcha,
like, it was kind of the way that I bridged the gap from the drawing part to real life. And so that
gotcha.
was kind of my entry into puppets was that
Nice,
the
nice.
real life animation type of thing.
See, for me, pretty. I would say, it's kind of like everybody's else's story. Was shown the Muppets at a young age, the Muppet Show by my dad, and then really just fell in love with the characters. And then to tie that in, being a young kid growing up, well, late '90s, early 2000s, Bear in the Big Blue House was like a big,
Mhm.
kid show. So I fell in love with that, and then just wanted to know how those things worked. Fell in love with Muppet Vision 3D. Going to go see that at out here, California, Disneyland, and that was like a big thing. So then going to the library and researching, finding like a bunch of older Jim Henson books and learning how to build and make your own puppets and yeah, all that. So all that snowballed into that, and yeah, here I am years later. Have my own characters and things, and so pretty much the Muppet Show and Bear in the Big Blue House are the reasons why I have a interest in
Yeah, I mean, I
puppets and
remember
puppetry.
watching Mister Rogers and Sesame Street as a little kid. And then the Muppet Show came out um, when I was about 5. That was when it came out on the air, and we started watching it, and um, I loved it. I mean, it was kind of my weekly thing was going to see that, and my parents' families would, or, their friends would watch it too because they watched it for the guest stars, and it was
Right,
it was a
right.
it was a big phenomenon. I mean, it was really it was like you know what you get now with I don't know what's a show that's real popular now. Like
Uh, like everybody can watch.
yeah, like what's the staple of fan? I mean it was like Star Wars was coming out or whatever. It's like
Star
this
Wars.
crazy.
I,
Yeah.
I I was gonna go Stranger Things. I know it's kind of
Yeah, it was kind of
yeah,
like how Stranger Things was. People were watching it for two different reasons. The stars and the puppets, and it kind of really resonated with everybody. And then the movie came out, and then I still like I knew there were puppeteers, but it never occurred to me that anybody really did that as a living. But
right.
when I would be watching, this is so stupid. But when I would watch the Muppet Show, it was on the same channel that showed the show Soap. Are you familiar with the show Soap?
I am not. I am not.
Okay. So it was this show. It was a parody of a soap opera. Jay Johnson was on it as a ventriloquist, and he had a puppet that they treated like a real kid, like he was the fourth brother, was the ventriloquist dummy, and it was just like
Gotcha.
a crazy thing. And they would show commercials for it during the Muppet Show. So I was like, oh, people do this for a living. And it's
That's
like
pretty cool.
that was kind of my first thing. Like, oh, this is something that maybe I could do someday. It was really weird.
Right. Right. No, that's cool. That's cool, and that's cool how they kind of like they knew then tie puppets in together, so
Yeah, yeah.
you could it sparks more of
That
an
show
yeah.
that show is wild. Not so much for a puppet show, but it's just wild. There was this murder trial where the puppet was one of the suspects in the in the murder.
That's hilarious. That is
Anyway,
awesome.
yeah. All right, so back to our drawings. What do we got?
Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna throw a suggestion out there. I'm gonna say, of course, this probably be an easy one. Elmo. Let's try to see if we can draw Elmo.
Okay. All right.
I don't think I can mess up Elmo. The eyes are too close. Let me see.
I messed the jaw. Yeah, it's okay. Like take two.
Look at it though. Better than me because I am about to draw who knows what, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
for it.
I should have started off with my circle.
Let's see here. I'm not trying to make them creepy, but everything I draw is becoming creepy. I don't know why. Hang on. Let's redo that. Yes.
All these drawings are up for auction after they. No, I'm just kidding.
Yours will be mine will be like, so
Well,
what
you're
little
also on the
kid?
dry erase board.
Sure, yeah, the oh man, okay, here we go.
Let's see. I mean, but you can see how basically the same puppet with a little bit different proportions. You know, and details. You got Grover. The eyes are down on the head. And he's got
Yeah.
the red lip. And then Cookie Monster. Has got the eyes on top like Elmo does, but no nose.
See if I can.
It's like it's interesting.
It's,
The way
yeah, it kind of goes like you said. They're all built the same. Now I think I'm drawing animal from.
there's a formula to a Muppet Monster. I mean, it's interesting because I think about this all the time. You have, let's see if I can even draw them. So you have
Oscar.
Oscar, right? And the same basic shapes. Let's see if I can. Do you have a nose? I'm trying to think. Now this is where I get in trouble because I don't draw these characters very much.
You're excelling, man, with passing flying colors.
But I mean, it's basic same shape, but now you get animal. It's very similar. Not that you can tell from these drawings, but it's basically the same character, but it's just built a little differently.
Yeah. Modified just to change.
Yeah.
This I don't know who this is. This is just random guy. This is supposed to be animal, but this is a random guy.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's other. Like I used to. Let's see if I can do this because they're a little harder. I'm trying to think what the eyes were like. And I can't remember how they would do the. I know they
Oh,
have
from
like dark crystal.
yeah, Dark Crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and also when I see somebody draw it, I saw them. My what's his name? Froud. When I saw Froud drawing these characters, it kind of informed me how to draw them.
Gotcha.
It's like it's like it's kind of that.
that like bird type.
Yeah, kind of a bird.
Right when you started drawing it, I could immediately recognize it. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. There's this great. I'm sure everybody's seen it. The documentary that they have of Dark Crystal, and they spend a lot of time showing him just with a pencil. You know, starting with the eye and working his way out to doing it.
Pencil sketches. So
Yeah.
yeah, so again, guys, as you see, basic shapes, and and if you got the character down, we're I'm going off of memory. My memory apparently is terrible, but Steve's is still is good.
Well,
So
so
yeah.
so the one that I always illustrate with how shapes really inform the character. You get a character like Goofy, okay, which he's just a couple of basic shapes, and watch, is going to be terrible.
No, that right. I like how because the basic shapes how they all connect and then like they're
Yeah,
stretched out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like
yeah.
that's the coolest thing in
I
the
mean,
world.
it's not great, but I mean, you get the idea. It's
I
like,
know it is though. I know it.
yeah.
No, yeah, but again, 1,000% better than mine. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I
That
mean,
rocks.
I always think about that, but this is just me drawing stuff. I was very much a Hanna-Barbera kid, and
Scooby Doo. Do, do, do.
it was kind of just it's very similar construction, but totally different characters.
It's funny because people are in the chat, they're requesting stuff, and it's funny how like someone requested Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and you start drawing Goofy, so everybody's like, "Oh, thank you." They're all happy.
Yeah. Now I'm on to the back of all my paper here, so
My bad, my bad, my bad.
I should have done a dry
Someone,
erase board, but I didn't prepare.
hey, you brought again. You can run circles around me with those little dry erase boarding because it's
It's
easy,
tough.
but yeah, but then the everything starts to get interesting. Someone said, well, we already Super Brooklyn Bros. We already did Big Bird. I don't want to use all of
Let me see if I can find him.
paper there. But check it out. He drew Big Bird. I could try again. I can try again.
I think I did it twice. Or there he is. There was my Big Bird.
This is Big Bird, and I am going to. Well, this is gonna be a very rough Big Bird, but he's got feathers here. Boom, 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 boom.
That's decent.
A very plain Big Bird.
See, when I was a kid, there was Big Bird and Little Bird.
Oh yeah, I remember Little Bird. Yeah. See, okay. Let me
there's
see.
here's an obscure Muppet. Let's see if I can draw him. There's gonna be a lot of details wrong. You remember this character?
Oh my goodness, yes, but
I'm getting a lot of the details wrong, but
if anybody in the chat can beat me to guess, I know it. I know it. It's not from the Jim Henson hour, is it?
no, it's from Sesame Street.
Oh my goodness.
I can't remember any of the other details, but
If anyone in the chat can remember without don't cheat. If anybody knows who that is, don't Google it. But can you guess this character? I like when I see it, it's very familiar.
yeah.
If anybody would like to guess, I don't know if people are probably typing or if they're Googling.
They're too busy Googling. They gotta figure. He was only in a couple of early episodes. I think he was on the show for maybe a year. I know that Jerry Nelson portrayed him. And he was in probably the first 5 years of Sesame Street. So 74, 75, somewhere around there.
Not bad, not bad. Someone guessed.
That's right.
Sam.
That's right. You got it. Sam.
There you go. There you go.
I know there's a lot of details missing, but that's what I could remember.
Dylan, you got it, man. You got it. It looked familiar, but I'm
yeah.
I'm having a tough time just remembering basic characters. So, yep. Cool. That rocks. That rocks. All right, Steve. Again, I want to be respectful of your time. Do you want to do a couple more?
Sure, I can do a couple more.
All right.
I'm running out of ideas though. My knowledge of the Muppets really is probably from the early days up until about the mid '90s. I think that was probably. I mean, I might be able to do Pepe, but let me think. He's got those. He's got the one tooth. I can't remember if he has eyelids or not. I know you got a couple of those.
I believe he does. The
I
eyelids. His mouth like extends.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. I don't remember enough about him. I can't remember. I'd have to look at him. But again, he's from the tail end of when I was. Um, he got a little chain, black turtleneck. Yeah, I don't know. I know he's got 4 arms. This is like me. This is like my sketchbook. Just these like random parts of puppets or drawings or whatever.
But those are the best. And then later on they'll put them in a museum and they'll be like,
Right.
yeah, look
I'm
at
still waiting on that.
right. It's coming. Oh, it's coming. It's
Yeah,
coming.
that's a
It's-
terrible
yeah.
Pepe, but
Hey, no, mine
he
is
lost his pet.
new. Yeah. I had to first go around even in the video doing it. Drawing them the
Yeah.
first time. I was like, someone says, I'm going. Oh, they're going to make puppets soon as well. I make my puppets out of socks. Very, very cool.
Cool.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Sock puppets. Can't beat it. Someone says, do you know? Oh no, this is Diego, the King Boy fan again. They said, do you know that there was a DVD called We Had a Family? Yes, I remember that. They had a big. Steve, I don't know. I know it's probably early 2000s. This says,
Uh,
do you know? Did you know that there was a DVD called We Are Family featuring the characters from Between the Lions, Barney, Sesame Street, Bear in the Big Blue House, etc. So it was like a group of
no, I
characters
didn't know
singing
about that.
We Are
I got
Family.
to tell you, I know what my favorite bit of Muppet media is. It's the Muppet Family Christmas. It's not the one with where they did the where, the world where there was no Kermit the Frog with Whoopi Goldberg. It was the other one where they go to Fozzie's mother's house. I
Yeah, yeah,
love
yeah, I
that
remember
stuff.
that. Yeah, and the
All the
Sesame
Muppets
Street.
come
Yeah,
together. You
yeah,
got the
yeah.
Fraggles. You got Doc. I mean, guy, I love that. When oh my god, even me just describing it, I'm such a mess sometimes when it comes. I get very the nostalgia just gets me sometimes. And when Doc and Sprocket are there singing with the Muppets, and they look over and see the Fraggles, and they kind of look at each other. I get like almost on the verge of tears just from that one little shot. It's so funny. But
I feel like for a Muppet fan, that is our oh
oh,
my that's like our MCU
it
crossover.
is. It is. It's like the MC. It definitely is. Yeah, and it kind of goes down to that too. Like when Oscar shows up in Great Muppet Caper and
Right, right.
uh, Big Bird's and Muppet movie,
The Muppet movie.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
all of them are in the groom side of the wedding at the end. It's great.
Right.
So good.
Right. Letting you know, hey, this is a big Muppety
Yeah.
family. Yep. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. I couldn't agree more. No, yeah, Muppet Family Christmas is definitely my favorite. I know it's hard now. I wish they would eventually put it on DVD. I know like they have VHS copies.
Yeah,
But
and they have a really good copy of it on YouTube. You can I watch it
right,
every year.
exactly.
You know
Right,
what
right,
also I
and
like is the Sesame Street Christmas on Sesame Street, which has some songs in it that I just make me think of Christmas, True Blue Christmas, and
right.
they're just that's what I. It's funny because the Muppets have kind of gotten a reputation for doing Christmassy things, and I never thought of them that way. But those two are my two favorites of the old Muppet specials. So
Right. No, you can't beat that. I feel like even for younger Muppet fans or newer Muppet fans, I feel like they definitely should go back and watch those things
yeah,
because that will have I don't know, I feel like your appreciation for it
yeah.
is more. You know what I'm saying? It just
And
it
and
grow
the
it grow it
humor
grows more.
in Muppet Family Christmas still holds up. I mean, I just watched
Oh
it
yeah,
last week,
yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. And and even like going along with that, I know it's not really well no, it technically counts. I like when the was it the Muppets go to Disney World or the Muppets visit
oh,
Disney.
that's a great
That's
one
like
too.
another favorite.
Yeah, I love that one too.
Kermit
Um,
being indie, you can never beat
right.
it.
That's funny because the things I remember about that is just all the like. I love that sequence with Statler and Waldorf with that older lady in the carriage singing, crooning to her. I just think that's
Yeah.
great. It's so funny.
But I like Gonzo Camilla visiting, was it the
Oh,
laundry room?
laundry room, yeah.
Yeah, that one. And then Miss Piggy, of course, screaming, losing her mind on Big Thunder.
Oh, right, yeah.
Big Thunder Mountain, or Big Thunder Mountain, losing her mind with her eyes all bugged out, screaming.
And
No,
I really like the 30th anniversary special that they did. That's a good one too.
yeah,
Where
yeah,
they all, and I think that's the kind of the beginning. And I'm sure somebody here will correct me. Um, I think that was the beginning of Miss Piggy making a big entrance and then falling on her face, and they have
right,
used that to death ever since. But before that,
yeah,
I never.
over and over and over. Yeah.
And what else do we got? Anything?
We see just a lot of hellos. Hi, Davies Wonderful World says hello. Hi, Davies World. Diego King Boy fan is just doing a lot of like surprise emojis of just he's like super happy about what we're talking about. Um, and that's pretty much it. Everybody else is kind of, I think, just enjoying the
Yeah.
conversation. And
This is great. This is a lot of fun. I'd do it again.
hey man, my apologies that I wasn't more of a challenge. As you saw, I was kind of just like, yeah, this is great, this is cool. Just going
Well, see,
going
I
going
need
along
to
for the
get
ride.
Smig on my thing, and we'll go head to head because he's most of the stuff you see on Tough Pigs is stuff that he's done.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys, there'll be a whole back and forth. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You got to,
He's always
get.
criticizing my beaker because I let's see. He always says when I make the nose too big or in the wrong position or something.
I know it's Beaker. You're like, hey, you tell it's Beaker. Yep. No, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's Bunsen. Yep.
Now, most of the time, when I design puppets, one of the first things people like, I'll have a new client, and they'll be like, oh, we want to make sure that it has a mouth like this, which is the hardest thing to make and to operate. And I always try and get them to say, oh, you don't want to do a Bunsen honeydew mouth. It's really tough to manipulate because it's so small.
You're like, yeah, you might want something, dude. Yeah, something else a little easier. Let me see if I can
Yeah, there you go.
emulate. I don't know.
Oh, my favorite character, the one that I do the best impersonation of, Scooter. I should do that.
I drew an Ed and Eddie character. Fully Beaker. I drew an Ed and Eddie character. Let's see. Who else is another one?
I got
There he is.
Scooter.
Yep.
Not a very good Scooter, but
Again, man, yeah.
yeah. So here's my Scooter. Okay.
I like
My
it.
uncle who
I like
owns this theater sure isn't gonna like this.
it. Perfect. The A.
Like
Spot
disguising
on.
their car so they won't be recognized. Yeah.
Spot on.
That's something else you can look forward to on my feed is me doing random Muppet impersonations as I'm building.
Hey man, no, everybody will. That's entertaining alone. Just do it.
Yeah.
That's a challenge. Can you draw and do the impression of the character that you're drawing? That's like a
Right.
whole other
Well, there's this
whole
great
other thing.
documentary, and it was actually done by a teacher, one of my high school teachers. He made this documentary in the late '80s called Dawes Butler, Voice Magician. Now, Dawes Butler was the guy who did Yogi Bear and Quick Draw McGraw, Huckleberry
Gotcha.
Hound, all those
Gotcha.
characters. He was a voice actor, and they did a documentary shortly before he died. And it's great. It's so good. Anybody who wants to get into voice acting, you can look this thing up on YouTube. It's a great 1 hour documentary, and they interview a lot of people like Mel Blanc and June Foray and all those people that were really big early cartoonists. But one of the
Right.
things he said was, he's like, I'm a little 5 foot man. Nobody takes me seriously. But when I'm a big old bear, I barrel out my chest and I become a big bear, and then I do this voice, and it's like he goes into it. And he's like, when
Right.
I'm
Right.
Draw McGraw, he's got a long face, so I make my face long, and it's like
So voice actors really embody, right? They
and
really
what
have
he
to.
said was, if I can make myself feel like I look like the character, I can do the voice. And that's always hit home with me, is like this idea that you get in the mindset of the character when you try and do it. Yeah.
Got
But
you. I like that. I like
yeah.
that. So hey, if anybody again, like Steve said, if you guys are aspiring to be a voice over artist or actor or actress, that's actually some really awesome advice. And you said
It's
the
called
documentary
it's called Dawes Butler Voice Magician.
Oz Butler voice match.
And there's two or three copies of it on YouTube. I've watched a couple times. I have an old VHS copy that my teacher gave me, but
That's
I
cool.
don't.
Hey, you know, and everybody now, Steve, I don't know if you've seen it, everybody is like been clamoring to get their hands on any type of physical media,
Yeah.
due to the whole
When I
streaming
see them going
services
through all
and
that stuff, I'm always like, oh my god, I can't tell you how many of these things I've donated to thrift stores and whatnot over the years. Um, yeah. Another good thing is of Muppets and Men. I don't know if you've seen that. Of Muppets and Men
the
documentary they made when they were making the Muppet Show. It's
oh
great
yeah, I have
documentary.
on YouTube. But yeah, no, that is also a really good documentary as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Take
there's a,
you
there's a
see the
companion
whole,
there's a companion book that goes with that too. That if you can find a copy of that, that's a great thing to have too.
which I've seen on eBay. I know that thing is super
Yeah,
expensive on its own, but a lot of people are like, they have Jim's signature inside.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, man, yeah, that thing is
A lot
pricey.
of times you can find them at the library. If they don't have it in stock, they can get it for you. So it's
I
that's
will
how
have
I
to
got
do
it
that.
originally was by getting it from the library, and then I found one on when I had back when I had money, I got one on eBay. I think for about $100.
That's not bad. It's not bad. Now you got me excited. Now I'm gonna have to go to my local library and see if just, hey, do you have
Yeah, I know LA. I know the LA library has it. That they can get it for you. So
Cool,
anyway,
cool. I will
yeah,
definitely have to. I'll be making a drive,
cool.
but cool. All right. Well, do you want to do Gonzo as like one last one? Is that cool?
Sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll
I could.
try to
I
redeem myself with Gonzo here.
think I could
Um,
do that. Mhm. Let's see.
Gonzo. My Camilla's a little a little wonky, but there we go.
No, that is a spot on Camilla. I wish I could draw Camilla that good. Yeah, yeah, there you go. There you go. So it's official, Steve. You are the
Oh, that's
winner,
a good
man.
Gonzo.
That
You
that
did a good Gonzo. That's awesome.
yeah, I
You
appreciate it,
got
but
it.
yeah, no, not bad, not bad.
The biggest thing about Gonzo is, and I didn't draw it real well, is that Gonzo's mouth, the way he's constructed, is actually kind of a frown. It's like it's got like a built-in frown. So the fact that he gets so much emotion out of that character is amazing. It's like like Ernie has a built-in smile. I don't know if you know this, but
True,
uh,
because right, it's kind of like curved.
yeah,
His
he's one of the few Muppets that actually has an emotion put in. Most of them are neutral, but Gonzo has like a built-in frown, which is again,
true, very true.
it's
And I notice as like as like maybe in the 90s going into the 2000s, I noticed Dave, unless he changed something, but the mouth opens like super. The bottom part
yeah.
opens like super wide.
Well, Gonzo looks a lot different. I mean, I know they did the major rebuild in the second season of Muppet Show, but I mean, by Muppets in Space, he was a bigger puppet. He was built differently, and that
Right.
was and actually, I don't know if you saw it, but on I can't remember which prop houses has a prop store has a Gonzo up there now from Muppets in Space.
I saw that. I did saw. I saw that. I saw that they were holding a an auction.
Mhm.
Well, I know, right? I think prop store, but I think was it through? No, at the Peterson. They were holding it
Oh
at
yeah, yeah,
the Peterson.
yeah. The nice thing about when those props go up on for sale is you get really good archival photos of them. So if you go to their website, you can maybe get some good screen grabs of the different puppets. When they had Statler and Waldorf on there, I got great pictures of them from all angles off their website. So
Nice.
for those of you that are interested in how things are built, you can when they do come up on those prop store things, it's worth checking out their listings for that. I certainly can't afford anything that's on there, but
But like you said, it's good to look at, and then like you said, when you're trying to replicate. Speaking of which,
Mhm.
also, man, hats off to you for making an amazing, not only Miss Piggy replica, but you replicated her Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
Costume.
Yeah,
That
that
turned out awesome, awesome,
if,
awesome, awesome.
if you're gonna watch anything on Puppet Troop, watch my outtakes of me doing Miss Piggy, because that's probably my favorite thing I've ever done. Um, I shot for 20 minutes because the guy that I built it for wanted to see it in action, and so I just started goofing around and saying
Right.
something. I'd never done Miss Piggy before, and so I'm trying to do some sort of Miss Piggyism, and so I got like 20 minutes of me trying to find it, and I edited it down to 7 minutes. But it's some of the funniest stuff I've ever done, I think. So
Dude, it's spot on impression. I know Miss Piggy is for a lot of people. That's not an easy character to impersonate, and you knocked it out of the park,
well, the
man.
thing
So
about it is getting into that mindset of, like, Frank Oz said she's uh, a was it a truck driver in the body of a pig, or
yeah,
body of
yes, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
and he's like, when he's focused on her being like this vulnerable character trying to mask the fact that she's a pig, has no talent, like that. Like, it was super easy for me to figure out how to do,
You're like,
yeah,
I got it. You're like, I can embody
yeah,
that. Yeah, yeah, like
yeah.
that's easy. Yeah, yeah. Oh man,
But
again, everybody, please go check out Puppet Troop One on YouTube. Go check out Puppet Troop on Instagram. Please go follow Steve if you have any puppet questions.
yeah, let me
Clearly,
let me
any.
see if I can change this real quick. I'm going to show you Zoidberg, give you a little bonus.
There you go. Special sneak peek.
Yeah, well, maybe I can do it. Ask a lot.
If not, no, if not, no worries. And while he's doing that, guys, while he's getting ready to show you the very cool Zoidberg puppet, happy birthday to
Go.
Emily, Mr. Fulton. Happy birthday to your mom, Emily, and happy birthday, Diego, to your cousin Kelly. There
So
you go. Look
I
at
don't do Zoidberg's voice very well, but that's basically it.
that. Awesome, awesome,
Thank you.
awesome, awesome. Look at that,
And
guys.
he'll be done probably by next week. So
Now I'm gonna feel dumbass. So now, was this the personal build, or did you build that for somebody?
it's kind of a personal build. I tell you, uh, I was gonna get eye surgery. Had to get eye surgery last week, and I had a day before, and I was looking for something to build, and I knew I couldn't really start a project and finish it before that, and so I'm like, I've always thought about Zoidberg. What an interesting puppet you could do with those tendrils. And I thought, well, I'll just build it today. So I started it, and that's basically, as I've been convalescing, I've just been working on it before I can. I don't really have any other commissions lined up, so I just building. I'll probably put it on eBay at some point, but yeah,
Cool, cool. Well, and then yeah, then it's someone said Dr. Zoidberg question mark. They're like excited about it. So yep,
yeah. And
that's
then I got Doctor Strangefork right here.
there you go. The Muppet
This is
of the week. Yeah,
yeah. So oh, he is.
amazing build, amazing build.
And yeah, I was talking because I do puppet slams from time to time, and I'm always looking for some gag to do. And I was thinking, I wonder if there's a a joke in doing like a Doctor Who parody where he keeps regenerating his different Doctor puppets.
Right, right.
So I don't know. I have a Doctor Smith from Lost in Space in the other room too. So yeah, I can do a couple more and maybe come up with some gag for that.
That'd be
Who knows?
cool. That'd be cool. Little parody video. I can see you doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah. Someone
Anyway,
says, someone real quick, Steve, before you go. Someone
yeah.
says, "Hi, Steve. I'd like to have," and I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. I'd like to have a. I'm gonna guess they're trying to say first puppet, but they said first puppet to be made by you someday.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. On my web, if you go to puppettroop.com, I have a free pattern there. If you want to, it's a really easy, basic, uh, uh, practice puppet. In fact, do I have it? I have so much junk around this apartment. Let's see.
It's all creative. It's all creative.
Yeah, here it is. Nope. I got to clean this place up. I don't know what happened to it, but I have. I don't know where it is. But I have a practice puppet that's theirs for free if you sign up for the little newsletter. So
there you go.
it's worth if you're interested in a very simple puppet to build. You can actually build it with. I think all you really need is a piece of cardboard, some fleece, and a couple other odds in it, needle and thread, hot glue gun. That's basically it.
There you go. There you go. So go to puppettroop.com, puppettroop.com,
Yeah.
and you can follow Steve at Puppet Troop 1 on YouTube once again, and on Instagram at Puppet Troop. Last thing, someone says, will we see you guys on the next live stream? You might not see me on Steve's live stream next because he's got bigger fish to fry. More challengers to come. But I would be more than happy to have Steve on any live stream.
I will come back. I don't know if I'll come back next week, but I will come back at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, it's awesome. So thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it, man. So everybody, again, please go follow Steve. Very thankful and grateful for his time. And yeah, I hope everybody has an amazing and awesome Friday, and we will see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye. See you, Steve. Thanks again.
See you. Bye.